I'm here with Alex Clark at the closing of Young Women's Leadership Summit with Turning Point USA. Thank you for sitting down with me for a couple of minutes. I
Absolutely.
really appreciate it. We were just talking about how great YWLS went this year, and you have been really big about the whole MAHA movement. This was like the first MAHA YWLS. How do you think that ethos really played out here with the young women?
Well, we had the biggest ticket sales of the whole history of YWLS this year. So I think it played a huge role. And I had kind of anticipated that last YWLS, 2 months before RFK endorsed Trump. I was like, this is it, you guys. Conservative movement, health, it's going to be the next big thing. And then here we are. So I think it played out very well. And it was a ton. We're getting way more mothers that are attending YWLS. It's my idea. I think we should drop the young and just say Women's Leadership Summit, because so many young moms now come, which is really incredible. It's just, this event has grown so much in 10 years, is that it used to really be only like high school, college kids, and now you have every age group of women possible.
Yeah. So with MAHA, right, which is all about being healthy, eating healthy, making sure that you're not absorbing like horrible chemicals, how does that work with the whole pharmaceutical movement? You have a lot of pharmaceuticals that are really geared toward women, like SSRIs. Mostly women take those. Ozempic, the weight loss drugs, which have weird side effects that we don't really even know about yet. How does that work with, MAHA, which is so much about eating healthy and eating clean?
Well, we're trying to draw attention to getting to the root cause and figuring out what's going on and correcting that naturally without needing pharmaceutical intervention. I think what's really telling is that almost everybody is on an SSRI, almost everybody's taking antidepressants, and yet we're the most unhappy generation we've ever had.
Isn't
so
that crazy?
Clearly something isn't working. And if you look at the side effects of, Lexapro, for example, or any SSRI, the main side effects are anxiety and depression, suicidal ideation. So it's like, okay, well, why am I taking a drug to help my anxiety and depression if the main side effect is anxiety and depression? Something is going on. We know that the sun and real food plays a significant part in helping you beat those, those emotional struggles. And so I think talking about that more and just getting the information out, I think part of the problem is that for so long, Big Pharma has really tried to bury the reality of the side effects of the medication. There is no such thing as a side effect-free prescription.
Right.
There is no such thing. There's not one prescription on the market, no matter what it's for, that doesn't have some sort of risk or side effect. And so talking about that more openly is very important, especially for young people. I mean, I've done a lot of that with birth control, talking about like, hey, if you want to take birth control, that's fine, but we need to give informed consent for any and all medical products that are being doled out.
Birth control especially, because people will be on it for like 15 years, and it really can mess with your whole system and you don't even know. We're hearing a lot about how women can have it all. There's a lot of that conversation. That conversation's been going on for 50 years. What does it even mean to have it all? Is that a worthwhile goal?
I think it's possible to tell young women that you can have it all, but you have to be realistic, and that's the caveat, is that it's not have it all at the same time, it's have it all not at the same time.
Right.
So you're going to go through different seasons where it's like, okay, motherhood might need to take a priority here, or now career is a good spot for career to take priority. Maybe that's because you're not married yet, or because your kids are adults now, or your kids are in school, so you have more free time during the day. That's when it's like, okay, let's kick my career into high gear. Or if you are a working mom, I think Brett Cooper at YWLS this year did a great job talking about how there's become this like puritanical, is that the word? Like movement going on amongst the right when it comes to like what does a traditional mother look like.
That's a whole thing.
Yeah, which is like really damaging and difficult. I mean, if you look at the Proverbs 31 wife, the Proverbs 31 woman worked. The difference is she just prioritized her home. It's okay to work outside the home as long as your house is the priority. If you're working outside the home and things are falling apart and your marriage is falling apart and your kids never see you and your house is a mess and you're never making any t-ball games or whatever, then probably need to reprioritize.
Right.
I mean, that's all we're saying. But this idea that you cannot work at all, that's totally honorable if you don't want to. But if you do want to, as long as your home is prioritized, it's fine.
And that also, being able to prioritize your home, that means men have to step up too. Men have to be part of that conversation and really be involved in making sure that their wife has the kind of stability that allows her to prioritize the home without worrying that bills are going to go unpaid or that the food is not going to show up. I mean, that's a big deal too. Do you think do you think, I know that there's been a lot of disconnect between young women and young men over the past few years, for a while, but like you see more young women have college degrees than young men do. You see that more young women are liberal where men are skewing conservative. How can we sort of ameliorate that? How can we bring our younger generation together to be leaders in this country, to have strong families? What's going on there?
Well, I don't think we need to lose hope actually on the young women front. I know that a lot of data is saying that young women are far left compared to young men right now, but just watch. I think that tide is about to start turning. It's going to be slow, but the thing is that women follow strong men, and if
That's
all
right,
of the men in their age group are all turning conservative, we're going to start turning. And I just talked to New York Magazine, The Cut. They were talking to me yesterday, and she didn't like that I said that because it implied, well, why can't women think for themselves? Why are they just going to do what men want to do? I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. It's just in our nature. Like when we are around, we are very attracted to masculine men who make decisions, and if that's where they're shifting, I just think you're going to start to see young women shift that way as well.
Yeah, women don't want to be told that that's true about them, but it is true about women.
It's just our nature. I mean, just look at history.
It is true.
It's what's going to happen. So I said, just wait a little bit.
I've often said, like, so long as a man takes care of his woman, the woman can take care of everything else. But if he's not taking care of her, it's all going to fall apart.
Exactly. And if you look at the data of, okay, so we right now have like the biggest group of leftist young women that we've ever had. Well, what did we just have like the last 10 years of?
Right.
The men taking a back seat because they were told, you're too much, you're too masculine, we don't want you, we don't even need you, the future is female. So they were like, well, okay, I guess nobody wants me around. So they took a step back. Women took the lead, we're super unhappy, and now they're like, screw this, the tides are turning. I just think we're going to see the pendulum swing the other way.
I love that. I hope that we do. I hope that for my son.
Yeah.
I hope that for his generation, because he'll even talk to me about that. He's 15. He likes Matt Walsh. This is the kind of stuff that he's interested in. And he's like, I don't hear about this at school. I hear that I'm supposed to take a step back. And I'm like, no. Step forward.
That's right.
Step forward, son.
Yep.
That's what you ought to be doing.
That's good advice.
And then I just had one last question. There's a lot of different expectations for women that are totally conflicting. You have hookup culture, you have the wife culture, you have all of these different things. How can a woman navigate all of that? How can you say this is what I'm interested in and just navigate all of that when you have friends and family pushing you in different directions?
I think you need to be in scripture, and I think you need to be prioritizing your walk with the Lord and figuring out where He's called you to be, because that's really what matters the most. I mean, your calling might be something totally different than your friends and family want for you, even if they have the best intentions. So I think you really have to focus on that.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
So great to see you.
You too.